Hey here, welcome to day 1836 of What's She Up To Now, documenting the journey as I originally transitioned from the brick and mortar corporate world of business over a quarter century in corporate America, up to almost 50 years of experience now, which tells you I'm pretty old, right? But I did start my business, my very first business, when I was only 13. So 13 plus 50 is 63, which is exactly how old I am. There you know all my secrets. I'm only 62. I'm going to be 63 this year. Look at me, adding years to myself. That's just plain silly. Who does that? Somebody who's not had enough coffee yet today. I know this is probably supposed to be a wine koozie, but I don't drink enough wine to make it worthwhile, so I might can some days. Especially when an idiom that I'm talking about is go for gold. This is about as gold as I get when it comes to drinkware. So go for gold was our idiom. We talked about what does it mean, where does it come from. Again, I don't know why, but I seem to be on a streak of selecting idioms that don't have a clear origin or etymology with them. I would imagine go for gold has been around for as long as people have coveted and valued gold above all else, which is literally thousands of years. I shared then what does going for gold mean as we're building and supersizing our business, and how does that relate to how we deal with competition, because we're all always competing for something, right? Even if it's just other people's attention. And I guess the older I get, the less I choose to participate in head-on-head competition. I learned a while ago, probably over 12, 13 years ago, that being ourselves, absolutely being cool with who we are and always becoming a better version of ourselves is my purpose. It's my purpose is to just work on me and getting to be a better me, because that's how I can set an example and I can be out in the world sharing things that I've learned, lessons learned, etc., that have the opportunity to help other people. Will they? Not necessarily. A lot of what I say over my own head, much less other people's heads, but sometimes I'll say just the right thing for the person that's listening right now, or when it is that they listen, that they need to hear in order to make a difference in their life. So that was our idiom today. Our topic for the annual challenge, the Get Your Goals annual challenge, we're focusing on emotions and the emotional well-being for the month of February, because it's heart month, and why not? That's not a very good heart month. I got to work on my sign language, or that's not even sign language. It's just a hand symbol. Apparently, I definitely need more coffee today. So today we talked about that human beings, you and me, as much as we don't like to admit it, we're first and foremost emotional and feeling beings, right? We feel things with our senses in our body. Literally, we feel different things in our body, and then we assign them meaning with the emotion that we attribute to that feeling in our body. So if I'm feeling afraid, that's got a vibrational resonance, right? There's an energy around fear. Actually, it's the strongest energy with respect to feelings and emotions that we have, and it's probably because it's hardwired into our brains from the time when we really were in danger and we needed to be in survival mode. You know, it was fight or flight. Nowadays, that's not as critical to the vast majority of us. I mean, if you're listening to me, you are better off than probably millions, if not billions, of people on the planet, because you have access to technology, a cell phone, information, etc. But how we experience our emotions is we're going to feel them, but we get to decide what we're going to call them. And to me, we get to label our emotions, and the emotions that we feel are the labels that we put on the feelings that we experience in our bodies. I hope I'm being clear on this. It's not so confusing anymore, but when I first started to discover that I had the ability to manage my feelings, manage my emotions, understand them and interpret them in different ways to get different results, it was really, really powerful. I could take fear, for example. If I was afraid to give a speech in corporate America, I could cloak that fear and I could switch it to excitement. And instead of being afraid to do the presentation, I could look for all the reasons and all the ways to be excited about giving that presentation. And I do that a lot these days. I'll experience something, I'll feel it, and I'm like, let's flip that around to something else. And we'll talk about that, of course, as we go through the challenge. right, that is all I've got today. We're waiting for a new baby in the household any day now, and we're getting ready for that because there's all kinds of things that need to happen when there's going to be a new baby in the household. If I can help you in any way, ask any business questions, either offline or online. Hit me up. Again, I say if I don't know the answer, I guarantee I can hook you up with someone that does. But I do know a lot of answers too. So hit me up based on my experience, right? So all I'm going to share is, hey, this is what I have done. This is the results I've gotten. If that works for you, you might want to try it. Otherwise, look into these things, and I'll tell you if I haven't done it. If I'm recommending that you do something that I haven't done, I will tell you that and say, hey, you're going to have to test this out for yourself and see if it's going to be the right fit for you. All right, have a great day. I'll be with you tomorrow.